using VMware Workstation 10. As you can see from the library listing of operating systems that I have installed, I have a Windows 7 Enterprise installation and also a Windows 2008 R2 installation. What we're going to do is we're going to make this virtual machine nice and clean, and we're going to convert it over to become a virtual machine template so we can deploy many workstations from the one template. So, often using VMware Workstation platform, we need to quickly create new virtual machines. So first thing we need to do is make sure that we install a good copy of the operating system of Windows 7. This one is Windows 7 Enterprise. It does have a volume license. First thing we have to do is make sure that everything is as it should be. This is a nice clean install. I haven't installed too much. I have installed Notepad++, which is a nice option. Better text editor than the standard Notepad. I've also installed the VMware toolset for added functionality. Now, the first thing we need to do is to run sysprep. Okay, so we're going to open up a command prompt. Okay, if you saw what I did there, I just clicked the start button, and in the search I typed in CMD. As a matter of fact, let's do that as an administrator. So CMD in the search bar, come up here and right click and run as administrator. Go ahead and say yes to user account control. Okay, so we're in the System32 directory already. Sysprep is actually located in this directory, so we will cd sysprep. And when we're in here, we're just going to type sysprep. And that opens up the system preparation tool. Okay, for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter system audit mode. I will also generalize. Okay, when you enter system audit mode, what it does is it reboots, okay, and it logs you in as the hidden administrator account. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wipe out all of the local user profiles at the same time. This will wipe out any security IDs. The SIDs will be gone. Alright, after that reboot, I'll show you what's happening then. So I'm going to go ahead and run this tool. And to make the video brief, I'm going to pause here and only unpause when something happens. Okay, this is starting its reboot process right now. Once the reboot is complete, we will be in the administrator account. Okay, setup is now installing devices. We're getting ready to enter into the administrative account. Okay, looks like we're getting the system settings applied, and this administrator account should be booting up now. Okay, logging in. Okay, there's that lovely sound. Okay, so right now we have the system preparation tool that has instantiated again. I'm going to go ahead and set the network location. I'm going to put this one off to the side. I use a work network whenever possible. It sets a halfway decent set of firewall rules, and if we ever put this Windows 7 machine onto a domain, then we will want to do this properly. Anyway, first thing that I'm going to do, you can see that I'm logged in as the hidden administrator. I'm going to go to the control panel and I am going to remove the local user accounts. You see here I have an account called student. I will want to have no user accounts. Okay, and the student account is gone. Let me go ahead and close this. Now that's all I really needed to do. VMware tools are installed. Also Notepad++ is installed. I'm going to go ahead and put that onto the taskbar so it's there. Of course, you could add any other software that you need to add to your installation before we go ahead and convert this thing over to a template. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this system preparation tool again. This time, instead of going into the audit mode and automatically being logged in as a administrator, I'm going to give it the system out-of-box experience, or UBI. I will also click the generalize box. Okay, and instead of rebooting, once it's done, I want it to just shut down. Okay, once we're at that point, we'll have this operating system absolutely clean, and then from there we can go ahead and manipulate the actual virtual machine files through VMware. Okay, sysprep is still working. Okay, shutting down. And it is shut down. Okay, so machine is shut down. It's got our settings the way we want them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this virtual machine. So I'm going to take my name off of the beginning of it, and I'm going to call this all capitals template _ Win7N1. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so our next step is to create a snapshot of this template. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the template, right click, snapshot, take snapshot. We'll name the snapshot template Windows 7 Enterprise. Okay, and we will take the snapshot. Now that the snapshot of the template machine is taken, we need to inform VMware Workstation to use this particular virtual machine as a template available for cloning in the future. This can be done in the virtual machine settings. In order to do that, we need to right click on the virtual machine again and then click settings in the context menu. Okay, and in the options we'll go to advanced here where it says default, and we will check enable template mode so we could use this for cloning. Alright, once we've done that, we can click OK. Alright, so now we can go ahead and build a clone. Our next step is to right click again in the context menu. Let's go to manage and then clone. Okay, now the clone wizard comes up. Go next, and we'll clone from an existing snapshot, which is the snapshot that we just took. Next. Now we have the opportunity to pick a cloning method. I would recommend that you do a full clone, not a linked clone. A linked clone is a reference to the original virtual machine and requires less disk space to store. However, it can't run without access to the original virtual machine. If we create a full clone, then we can take this copy and deploy it to different servers or different hosts. So let's go ahead and create a full clone. Now, the virtual machine name, I'm going to go ahead and call mine J Hines Win7N1. Okay, and there is the directory where it will reside, and it's preparing to do its clone, and now we just watch it do its process. This process actually takes a little bit, so we'll go ahead and pause. Still cloning, still going, and we're almost complete, and still going. And finally, the process completes. Now we can click close, and you'll notice that we have J Hines Win7N1. If we go ahead and we power on that virtual machine, we should see the out-of-box experience. Still installing. And here we go into the booting stage. And here we are at the initial install screen. We'll go ahead and accept the region and time settings. We'll put in our username. Okay, password. And accept the license agreement. Update settings, time settings. Choose a network, and we're all set.